Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about pain relief is all around you in everyday things. And according to the National Institute of Health, as of 2021, there were 55 million Americans dealing with chronic pain. And that's why I'm kind of paying a lot of attention to it. And again, it's not that we get a cure, but we're able to come through. So I don't know if you saw my last video where I talked about rating your pain from 1 to 10. And I just want to make it clear that I'm talking about levels of pain that you can deal with at home. If you're at the point where you're considering going to the emergency room, or if you're in that level of pain, these don't apply. I also want to mention that there's actually 3 kinds of pain, I think. When you're chronically ill, there's the chronic pain, the physical pain. There's emotional pain, and there's mental pain. And the mental pain is when, your mind is full of negative thoughts and concerns and overthinking things. And today, this is such a big field that I'm just kind of giving you a sampler today to kind of get you started. And in this one, I'm mostly going to be dealing with the physical pain, but I'm going to do other episodes on the emotional pain and the mental pain and everything that there is in your everyday environment that can be used to support you and give you some pain relief. And that's the other thing. I'm not talking about curing pain, but it's just giving you a period of relief. And sometimes that's really, really important. And because it is a sampler, I don't know, I'm going to do this alphabetically because I thought that would be the easiest way to remember this. So we start off with the most important thing, which is attitude. And when you know pain is coming, there's a fear in there. And that affects how you process pain and how intense it is. And I'll use my knee as an example. My knee is sort of my, I don't know, dumpster fire. It's all messed up and I really can't fix it. And there's a lot of pain involved. And I used to, like, as soon as that started to hurt and I knew that freight train that was coming, I'd be like, oh, here it comes. And this is not instant. It takes some time. But now when that happens, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry you're having a hard day. Would you like an ice pack? In other words, if you can transform your attitude from fear of the pain to like responding to the pain, somewhat like a mother responds to a child by giving that part of your body comfort and reassurance. And it really makes a difference. That's A. B is for breath. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm just kind of introducing it as a topic because all of our systems are designed to run on autopilot, like our heartbeat, our breathing, all those things. We don't normally have to pay attention to them. But breath, people discovered thousands of years ago that breath can be controlled, and breath can be used in many ways to balance out your body. I have a special way that I breathe, and I'm not going to show you here. I'm going to do a separate episode on that. Right now, I'm just going to mention that it's out there. And if you want to pursue things on your own, you can certainly do that and see what you come up with. Because I guess that's the other thing I want to say. We're all different. And I don't expect you to want to do all these things because certain things are going to work better for you than others. And you're just going to like them better. And don't worry about that. And that everything I'm telling you has scientific research behind it. It's not just my idea. So the next thing is color. Color therapy is kind of a new field, but there's been a lot of work done on color therapy and how it can, I think it's more of a comforting thing that it does. Because if most people with chronic illness, if you ask them how much of your day is pain, I bet a lot of people would say all day. So you're always dealing with a background level of pain. And I think that's, for me, what's really helpful with color. And not everybody has the same idea about color. You might be thinking strobe lights, neon, But the research they've done is with like classic, more primary mellow type colors. That doesn't mean other things couldn't work. And to kind of give you an example, I've got my colored light going on in the background. And I find this very, very, it just adds an extra level of comfort and almost reassurance to a room. And also, there's brand new research that suggests that if you have green tinted lenses on and you wear those for 2 hours a day, it can significantly reduce your pain. Well, these are my green tinted glasses. They are awesome. They really, really work. The third thing about coloring is adult coloring is kind of a thing now. And adult coloring can really help with pain relief. I don't even understand how it works. But I know early on when I was first diagnosed and I had a lot of pain and no way to deal with it, I sort of stumbled into coloring because it would, I don't know, it just helped. And I filled up almost a whole color book at the time. And I look back on that now and I'm like, this is cool. This is what I did with the pain. And this has a couple of levels. This, if you can, this is kind of moderate pain. And it really, somehow having to pay attention to the detail and focus on it is comforting. And then there's, this level of pain where I couldn't even see the colors anymore. I just put whatever down there. It still helped me a lot though. So I'm really glad that I was forced to do this because I have this record now of what you can do with pain. That's a very positive thing. And believe me, there are color books on everything, vintage cars, anything you want. So I think that's another thing that can really be helpful for you. Next, we have another huge category, food and teas. There are many pain fighting foods and there are many pain fighting teas. And I'm just saying they're out there and I couldn't possibly cover them all in the length of a video that I can do here. But if you just type pain fighting foods or foods that fight pain, tea that fights pain, there's a wonderland of things there. And it's not just all like unappetizing food. Like one of them is chocolate. So that's another thing that you can do in your daily diet to help you fight pain. Then we go to headphones. Now, these are not noise canceling headphones, and these are not particularly expensive headphones, but they certainly work. And again, there's research behind this that headphones can really help you when you're having active pain. And the way they work is it's not any music, it's the music you love that you need to play. And over time, I've developed my own playlists and I have different playlists for the different types of pain. And it not only helps pain, but it lifts your mood. Music does that anyway. So that's another thing that there's solid research on, and I think anybody can try. I haven't read any about earbuds. Certainly try those. I kind of prefer to block out the world. I think that makes a difference, covering up my entire, hearing apparatus there. But, that may be my age. And also there has been research done on noise canceling headphones. And I don't have the details on that, but again, that's something you can easily search. Then we get to laughter. Back in the 50s, someone wrote a best-selling book on how he laughed himself well. And he had some type of acute illness, but that was a huge hit. And it was a bestseller. And the research is there that laughter is so valuable in the fight against pain because it releases so much tension. I mean, that's not what we think of when we laugh, but that's one of the functions that it has in your life. And tension, the less tension you have, the less pain you're going to have because you don't have that, tension and stress make pain a lot worse. And again, it's a mood lifting thing. So through the wonders of YouTube, there's all kinds of things, whatever you find funny. Just take the time to laugh a little bit every day. And then my last category is visitors. You know, you may have read a lot of articles about don't become socially isolated. And the fact is that visitors distract you from the pain in almost exactly the same way as the coloring in the headphones. In that interaction with the other person and that attention from the other person, that distracts you from your pain and it kind of disappears while someone is there. So I know not all of us have lives where that's easy, but I really encourage you to reach out. There are a lot of volunteer organizations that have resources, particularly if you're a senior. I think probably the rest of us are underserved, but maybe this will inspire somebody to come up with that, because I actually belong to an organization that matches you with a volunteer who comes and visits you once a month just for social interaction. It's not to do your grocery shopping or help you with your housework. It's strictly for the benefit of social interaction. So those are my categories for today. And I will be back with more on this issue because it is such a huge issue and such a deep part of having a chronic illness, and how important it is to take off that cloak of chronic illness for a few minutes and be happy and be yourself. And like and share. Thank you so much.